But yeah, just give me a picosecond. I'm how the fuck do I fix this? Is it working? Because it says that the stream is live. Wait up. Oh, there we go. So that's the one for the horizontal display. Let's hope that we can hear ourselves though. There we go. Yeah, that's way better. Here we fucking go. Okay, let's just make this right here. Go to YouTube. Hold up, guys. Sorry, we're doing that. We're going live. Okay, hold up. There we go. Let's just get the combined chat open. There, yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Okay, guys, wait up. We're gonna post on, I believe we're gonna be posting on Instagram real quick. And we are also going to be streaming with the page. Sorry, guys. Give me... Yo, Luis. Step in. Letters from a stoic Seneca. Luis, letters from a stoic Seneca, bro. Thoughts on this fucking read we are about to do live, bro. This is deadass an audiobook. We're pulling up with the sleepers. No, we are gonna read it. I'm just posting on every other platform real quick, and then we're gonna go into reading it. But oh, you should give Nicolo's mom's book a read, bro. Nicolo's mom's book is really good. You should lock in on that, bro. I'll try to get you a copy. But holy fuck, no, I've never been more intrigued from a book than like that one. That one has like hella good shit. Okay. The context. It's called Chronology, Introduction, Note on Translation and Text, Letter from a Stoic, Appendix Tacitus, Account of Seneca's Death, Index of Persons and Places, Suggestion for Further Reading. Chronology. Seneca born, c.4 BC. Seneca born in Cordoba, Spain. CAD 5. Seneca comes to Rome with his aunt to live at his family's home in the city. AD 14. Augustus dies. Tiberius becomes emperor. AD 37. Tiberius dies, gains Caligula, or Gaius Caligula becomes emperor. AD 39. Seneca becomes a quaestor. Gaius dies. Claudius becomes emperor. Seneca exiled to Cortia on charges of adultery with Julia Livilia, sister of Gaius, possibly on investigation of Messalina, third wife of Claudius. AD 48. Messalina is accused of treason and executed. AD 49. Claudius marries Agrippina, his fourth wife. Seneca recalled to Rome on Agrippina's authority to become a tutor of her son Nero. Holy shit, Nero's in this mix. That's tough ass name. Hey, that's the name from fucking Death Note. AD 50. Claudius formally adopts Nero as his heir, superseding Britannicus, his son, by Messalina. Claudius dies. AD 54. Claudius dies. Nero becomes emperor. Seneca gradually shifts from Nero's tutor to... Hello? What the fuck? Sorry. Yo, what's up, Keegan? How's it been, Keegan? Sorry we have not been gaming that much, bro. How you been doing, though? Claudius dies. Nero becomes emperor. Seneca gradually shifts from Nero's tutor to his amicus or friend. Britannicus dies. Nero murders his mother Agrippina. Yo, talk about grip. AD 62. Burrus, prefect of the Praetorian Guard dies of throat cancer. Seneca begins to withdraw from public life, pleading ill health. His influence on Nero weakens as that of Tigellinus, the new prefect, increases. Nero divorces his wife, Octavia, and arranges her murder. What the fuck? Good, you can't complain. How's IDV been? Is the community banging or shitters? Nero marries his mistress, Poppaea. Poppaea dies allegedly after Nero kicks her in the stomach while she is pregnant. Seneca dies by suicide on Nero's orders after being implicated in an assassination plot. 68, Nero dies. Readers will find an index of people and places mentioned in the morale letters at the back of this volume. OMG, want to hear about Grit? Tortured me in high school. Who the fuck is Grit? Grit teacher. IDV is, bro, did you hear about what's her name? I think it's like IDV Emily or something like that, but people are like hating on her or some shit because she gets money from from streaming IDV or some fuck shit like that. And people were dead ass hating on her for no, just because she made money that way. Introduction. Ella? Oh, wait, are you talking about her? How did she bash you in high school if you weren't even in? Isn't she Canadian? Introduction. Seneca, philosopher and politician. Seneca was born into a equestrian family with roots in Cordoba in Spain. His father, Seneca the Elder, had been educated in Rome and became a specialist in legal rhetoric. Seneca the Younger came to Rome with his aunt in about AD 5, where he received a standard Roman rhetoric education. As a young man, he spent time with various different philosophical schools that were then active in Rome, particularly the Sexti, who shared many aspects of their approach with Middle Platonism. Seneca began his political career under Caligula, becoming a quaestor, a junior financial officer in 39 AD. Although Caligula, at one stage, considered having him killed because of the eloquence with which he pleaded a case, Seneca escaped assassination on the grounds that... Wait a minute, there's something at the bottom. It says Seneca the Elder was the author of 2 collections of legal texts, the Controversies and the Persuasions, usually known by their Latin titles of the Controversi and the Suos. I can't pronounce fucking Latin. I'm such a bitch. Brother, one topic at a time. It's part of the book. But I guess this is just informing us what the fuck, who they were. But look, it's part of the book. Nah, this is not a humanity course. We're just reading the book for fun. I guess you can say it's humanity. Wait, am I streaming a game? Does it say I'm streaming Cuphead? Hold the fuck up. Yo, we might have to pause and restart stream real quick. I wanna do tonight, no. Oh, we're reading Letters from a Stoic by Seneca. It should say at the top of the screen. Hold up. I'm trying to switch before my fucking stream gets smited. Hold up, guys. I'm gonna pause. Jump to book 1, page 20-ish. The introduction doesn't matter. But I thought the introduction was part of the letters. Oh, I'm not reading Cuphead. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm resetting stream. I wanna do tonight. There we go. Page 20. Page 20, page 20. Hold up. How to read letters of a Stoic. When do I jump to book 1, page 20? Hold the fuck up. How to read. Okay, so okay, we finished that page. His health meant he wouldn't survive for long anyway. In 41 AD, following Caligula's assassination and Claudius' succession, Seneca was accused of adultery with Caligula's sister, Julia Livilla, and exiled to Corsia. The initiator of the accusation was probably Messalina Claudius, then Messalina. Claudius's then wife after her execution for adultery. Claudius. Do we really need to read the fucking intro? Genuinely, do I need to read the intro? Time out. Page 20 is because like the first intro. Why letters? Introduction. These are all just holy fuck. Okay, so this was all just basically pre-lore to what I needed to know about him, but I might read this for the love of my game on my own personal time about him. So, letters from a Stoic. Letter 2? How did I miss letter 1? Oh, fuck it. We'll just start off with letter 2. Okay. Here we go. Letter 2. Judging from what you tell me and from what I hear, I feel that you show great promise. You do not tear from place to place and unsettle yourself. With one move after another, restlessness of that sort is symptomatic of a sick-minded. Nothing to my way of thinking is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. What the fuck? Nothing to my way of thinking is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. That's a whoa. Be careful, however, that there is no element of discursiveness and desultoriness. I've never seen some of these big ass words before. About this reading, you refer to this reading of many different authors and books of every description. You should be extending your stay among writers whose genius is unquestionable, deriving constant nourishment from them. If you want to gain anything from your reading that will find a lasting place in your mind, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. People who spend their whole life traveling abroad end up having plenty of places where they can find hospitality but no real friendship. The same must needs be the case with people who've never set about acquiring an intimate acquaintanceship with anyone. Great writer, but skip from one to another, paying flying visits to them all. Food that is vomited up as soon as it is eaten is not assimilated into the body and does not do one any good. Nothing hinders a cure so much as frequent changes of treatment. A wound will not heal over if it is being made the subject of experiments with different ointments. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa. I mean, that's like another way of saying like you can't, your scab won't heal if you keep picking at it. Wait, let me find that. Okay, a wound will not heal being made subject of experiments with different ointments. A plant which is frequently moved never grows strong. Nothing is so useful that it can be of any service in the mere passing. A multitude of books only gets in one way, so if you are unable to read all the books in your possession, you have enough when you have all the books you are able to read. And if you say, but I feel like opening different books at different times, my answer will be this: tasting one dish after another is the sign of a fussy stomach, and where the foods are dissimilar and diverse in range, they lead to contamination of the system. Whoa. Not nutrition. So always read well-tried authors, and if at any moment you find yourself wanting a change from a particular author, go back to ones you have read before each day to acquire something which will help you to face poverty or death and other ills as well. After running over a lot of different thoughts, pick out one to be digested thoroughly that day. This is what I do myself. Out of many bits I have been reading, I lay hold of one. My thoughts for today is something which I found in Epicurus. Yes, I actually make a practice of going over to the enemy's camp by way of reconnaissance, not as a deserter. A cheerful poverty, he says, is an honorable state. But if it is cheerful, what am I reading? I'm reading Seneca, Letters from Stoic. But if it is cheerful, it is not poverty at all. It is not the man who has too little who is poor, but the man who hankers after more. Okay, yeah, this is not IDV. Bro, it's okay, Keegan. What? Hold up, that one is kind of real though. Like, people who live fulfilling lives aren't always the ones with the most amount of money, really. Like, the people who live the most fulfilling lives are like the people who fucking just have fun. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. They just enjoy what they fucking have. And they just are like, oh yeah, this shit's lit. This shit's dope. Boy, get on IDV. Boy, I'm fucking reading. Maybe with Paige, but me and Paige are gonna go on Valorant and I'm gonna play and she's gonna use the mic and just talk shit. Time out. There was one. I wanna highlight the practice he said. Where he thinks of a thought from that day and just thinks about that. Pick one to be digested thoroughly that day. Whatever digested thoroughly means, die rich or happy, for real, for real. No, yeah, because it really seems that you can't be happy when you have money or you want more. Because the more you want, the more hatred or the more dislike there is to your life. What difference does it make how wait, what the fuck? What difference does it make how much there is laid away in a man's safe or in his barns? How many head of stock he raises or how much capital he puts out at interest? If he is always after what is another's and only counts what he has yet to get, never what he has already, you ask, what is the proper limit to a person's wealth? First, having what is essential, and second, having what is enough. Yeah, like that is true though. You ask, what is the proper limit to a person's wealth? First, having what is essential, and second, having what is enough. That one is that's a banger. Because like, you know, having what is essential, so like in our day and age, house, transportation, water, food, that's literally all you need, and it will really never change. That will never change as long as we live. We can just keep getting more shit, but does that really mean that more shit is necessary? Like, we don't really need technology, but it's useful as fuck, right? Jesus Christ, that's like kind of, I mean, I wish it wasn't that way because I do find myself wanting a lot, but it's kind of like, is this really fucking worth it though? Is this really worth it? You have letter 3. Wait, I didn't skip a letter. What the fuck? Oh, is letter 2 letter 1? Once the lady made internet, I feel that that's all we really needed. Do you know she was a model? Interesting fact, the lady who helped with one of the breakthroughs for Wi-Fi today was actually a female model, electrical engineer. Random fact. Okay, letter 3. You have sent me a letter by the hand of a friend of yours, as you call him. And in the next sentence, you warn me to avoid discussing your affairs freely with him. What the... Yo, what the fuck? Since you are not even in the habit of doing so yourself, in other words, you have described him as being a friend and then denied this is one and the same letter. Wait, I had to low-key read that again. She made Bluetooth too? Did she help make the technology for Bluetooth or made it? Or like helped make a breakthrough to be able to find Bluetooth? Wait. I have to read this part again because I'm like low-key kind of lost. And in the next sentence, you warn me to avoid discussing your affairs freely with him, since you are not even in the habit of doing so yourself. In other words, you have described him as being a friend and then denied this in one and the same letter. Now, if you were using that word in a kind of popular sense and not according to its strict meaning and calling him a friend, in much the same way as we refer to candidates as gentlemen, or hail someone with the greeting, my dear fellow, if when we meet him, his name slips out memory, we can let this pass. But if you are looking on anyone as a friend, when you do not trust him as you trust yourself, you are making a grave mistake and have failed to grasp sufficiently the full force of true friendship. That's kind of true though. If you are looking on someone as a friend when you do not trust him as you trust yourself, you are making a grave mistake and have failed to grasp sufficiently the full force of true friendship. That's true. I have a lot. I know a good amount of individuals that I do that with. Like, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is my friend. Don't tell them this. This is my friend. Don't tell them that. This is my friend. Don't do this. Whoa. Which became, no, she designed it, created it, which became Wi-Fi. No, she's a fucking baddie, bro. Like, women in STEM, bro. When is the aren't they trying to kill a woman in STEM as we speak? This is a conspiracy theory, but aren't they trying to slime out one of the girl or some girl for that though? This is just a theory. Hold up, we're gonna start the next part real quick. Certainly, you should discuss everything with a friend, but before you do so, discuss in your mind the man himself. After friendship is formed, you must trust, but before that, you must judge. Those people who contrary to Theophrastus, Theophrastus' advice, judge a man after they have made him their friend instead of the other way around. Certainly put the cart before the horse. Think for a long time whether or not you should admit a given person to your friendship. So basically, no wait. Oh no. I thought they didn't slime her out yet, I don't think, but I think they were trying to slime her out. Word on the street, that's what I've been hearing. So basically, what we're told here is to be a friend first and then you judge and then see if they are worth your friendship. Because it's kind of like when someone tells you something, is that true? Like, so when someone tells you something about someone, is that true? And like, I know, like, oh, but this guy, like, this is an example, okay? Oh, this guy is a sex offender. Oh shit, like, what did he get charged with? Oh yeah, he's a pedophile. Like, he got with little girls, right? And you talk to the guy and he's like, no, the girl just lied that she was 18 and she actually ended up being 15. And that's two completely different stories. Even like, the guy should have thoroughly checked, but still, like, hearing it from one person, they said that he was a pedophile, like, oh, he liked little kids, but that's not even the whole fucking story. I'm not saying befriend your local pedophile, but I'm just saying, like, as in like a example. But when you have decided to do so, welcome him heart and soul, and speak so unreservedly with him as you would with yourself. You should, I need hardly say, live in such a way that there is nothing which you can not as easily tell your enemy. As keep to yourself, but seeing that certain matters do arise on which convention decrees silence, the things you should share with your friend are all of your worries and deliberations. Wait. The things you should share with your friend are all of your worries and deliberations. Regard him as loyal and you will make him loyal. Some men's fear of being deceived has taught people to deceive them. By their suspiciousness, they give them the right to do the wrong thing by them. Why should I keep back anything when I'm not with a friend? Why shouldn't I imagine I'm alone when I'm in his company? Wait, what the fuck? Why should I keep back anything when I'm with a friend? Why shouldn't I imagine I'm alone when I'm in his company? What the fuck does that mean? Why shouldn't I imagine I'm alone when I'm in his company? Does that mean, like, because you're with a friend or you're with your true friend? I'll read it again. I'll read the whole fucking part again. Some men's fear of being deceived has taught people to deceive them. By their suspiciousness, they give them the right to do the wrong thing by them. Why should I keep back anything when I'm with a friend? Why shouldn't I imagine I'm alone when I'm in his company? I'm highlighting that one to go back to it because that's kind of a. What does he mean by? No, it's literally written that way. I think it's right here at the top. You should see it right there. Can you wait? Do I need to go closer or can you see it? Oh yeah, we are reading right now. It's the I think it's the translation. That's why it sounds a little odd. We're going to the next part. There are certain people who tell any person they meet things that should only be confided to friends. Yep. Fucking real as fuck. Unburdening themselves of whether it's whatever is on their minds into any ear they please. Others again are shy of confiding in their closest friends and would not even let themselves, if they could help it, into the secrets they keep hidden deep down inside themselves. Others again are shy of confiding in their closest friends and would not even let themselves, if they could help it, into the secrets they keep hidden deep down inside themselves. We should do neither. Trusting everyone is as much as a fault as trusting no one. Though I should call the first the worthier and the second the safer behavior. Whoa. Similarly, people. No, Seneca was spitting, but it's just the translation that's having a bit of trouble, or I'm having a bit of trouble to comprehending it that much. Because some of the sentences are just like, what the fuck? Oh, you need to see the book again, the part that I'm talking about? Bro. It's the one with the lines right here. Oh no, it's the why shouldn't I imagine I'm alone when I'm in his company? Like, I'm trying to get the point of this. Like, your friend should be able to be okay with you wanting to be alone even in presence. Like, that's what a true friend is. Yeah, there's like it is a fucking huge ass jump. It really is a big jump. Like, it's and like I like I'm already enjoy I'm only 7 pages in, but I'm already enjoying the amounts of questions that he asks in his work. I also think that what I was trying to understand was like, you know, if a real friend wouldn't mind being alone with you because that's your true self. Like, even though you're with company, you can still be alone in a sense. You know what I mean? Maybe it's about not being comfortable with a friend. I didn't listen to the previous part. I'll read. I'll go back to that one later. Similarly, people who never relax and people who are invariably in a relaxed state merit your disapproval. The former, as much as the latter, for a delight in bustling about is not industry. It is only the restless energy of a haunted mind, and the state of mind that looks on all activity. Wait. Similarly, people who never relax and people who are invariably in a relaxed state merit your disapproval. The former, as much as the latter, for a delight in bustling about is not industry. It is only the restless energy of a haunted mind, and the state of mind that looks on all activity as tiresome is not true response, but a spineless inertia. This prompts me to memorize something which I came across in Pomponius. Some men have shrunk so far into dark corners that objects in bright daylight seem quite blurred to them. A balanced combination of the two attributes is what we want. The active man should be able to take things easily, while the man who is inclined towards response should be capable of action. Ask nature, she will tell you that she made both day and night. Hmm. Uh, a sense of, yeah, yeah. So he's warning about extremes this chapter. No, this chapter, or the letter 3. Or yeah, it was letter 3. Letter 3 was basically talking about like friendships and how to like kind of perceive friendships, and how there's different types of people who will literally just, the people who just tell you shit because they want someone to listen to it. Like, you shouldn't be like that. Like, being too easy and trusting people is horrible, but not being able to trust people and keeping it all to yourself is also bad. But the one where you keep it to yourself is considered safety option rather than just telling everybody your business. So there's like, there really is a middle ground for this. No, we just started too. We just started. We're only on page 9. Like, this is today. We picked this up today. Yo, Toro, thank you for the like, bro. Letter 5. We're smacking. Let me get my tea real quick. I'm gonna take a sip. I didn't think I would like philosophy because I thought it was like nerd incel bullshit. But like, I kind of like that this read has me questioning, what the fuck are you talking about? But it makes sense. What he is saying makes sense, but genuinely, what the fuck are you saying? Okay, we're gonna go on to the next page. Letter 5. I view with pleasure and approval the way you keep on at your studies and sacrifice everything to your single-minded efforts to make yourself every day a better man. I do not merely urge you to perceive in this. I actually implore you to. So basically telling you to grind. Philosophy is the speech of men. Bro, yeah. I haven't heard a single dude talking about being a friend with a girl in this whole book. And we're barely in. Oh, we're reading Seneca. Letters from a Stoic. Elvis told me to pick it up. I do not merely urge you to perceive in this, I actually implore you to. So that you keep on at your studies and sacrifice everything to your single-minded efforts to make yourself every day a better man. So I do not merely urge you to persevere in this, I actually implore you to. So basically do shit that makes you better every day. And if you don't do shit that makes you better every day, there's kind of like, what are you doing? Let me give you, though, this one piece of advice. Refrain from following the examples of those whose craving is for attention. Not their own improvement by doing certain things which are calculated to give rise to comment on your appearance or way of living generally. Avoid shabby attire, long hair, an unkempt beard, an outspoken dislike of silverware, sleeping on the ground, and all other misguided means to self-advertisement. The very name of philosophy, however modest, the manner in which it is pursued is unpopular enough as it is. Imagine what the reaction would be if we started discussing or dissociating ourselves from the conversation of society. Inwardly, everything should be crowned. Our clothes should be gaudy, yet they should not be dowdy either. I think it's dowdy. We should not keep silver plate and inlays of solid gold, but at the same time, we should not imagine that doing without gold and silver is proof that we are leading the simple life. So kinda, okay, this kinda is different. Wait, what did you say? It's crazy. Yo, Justin, thank you for the hat and mustache, bro. It says, the ancient gays not talking about women, groundbreaking. Bro, these people were gay, but it was like chill gay. I don't even know how to explain it. They just hated women. What's really crazy is how much we really haven't changed as humanity. Low-key, we can't really change though. There's like limits. Like how we were made, there's like a limit to thinking, and we really can't break from that. Like we can, if you guys know what calculus is, like doing an integral, you're getting closer to the limit down to like the fucking, if you were like the sextuple digit, right? So like no matter how much us humans are in this, we'll never be able to like really break out of it. We can just get close, 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 close. I mean, but we'll never actually be done with it. It will never ever fucking happen. I don't. It's check my phone, ho. You want a cold brew? Yes, please. But there are things that are just deeply rooted in our biology. Yeah, like our thought process too. Like we wonder why we think certain thoughts the way we do, and we elaborate them the certain way that we do. But it's literally biological. Like this, it's also like when when you're in fear, right? When you think you're going to die, even if you are an atheist, you will pray to God. Literally, you'll pray to God, and it's in our genetics. Like we can't change that. Like, bro, everybody does it if they're about to fucking die. Yo, God, yo, Allah, yo, fucking Shiva, just random ass gods. Like, yo, save me, homeboy. Like that is in us. That is kind of crazy. Oh, the question of the limit to human understanding is big in enlightenment. Yeah, but like if we were to like talk about like some Buddha enlightenment and kind of not give a shit about anything, and like, you know, nothing matters. I mean, it's kind of like nothing matters, which makes it chill. So like everything that's materialistic, we shouldn't have. Like you shouldn't have your fucking computer, you shouldn't have this, you shouldn't have that, you shouldn't have this. Like they just live so minimalistic where it's just sustenance and just studying. I mean, that's literally it. Is in the period of the Enlightenment, like Kant and friends. Oh, like Kant. Sorry, I larped. I went to the next page. But this page mainly just talked about like ourselves, or like how we should really be ourselves and be fucking hims and be hers. Okay, let me read the last fucking bar so I can lead it on to. Let our aim be a way of life, not diametrically opposed to, but better than that of the mob. Otherwise, we shall repel and alienate the very people whose reform we desire. We should make them moreover reluctant to imitate us in anything for fear. They may have to imitate us in everything. The first thing philosophy promises us is the feeling of fellowship, of belonging to mankind, and being members of a community. Being different will mean the abandoning of that manifesto. Hold up, we're gonna go back to that part. Being different will mean the abandoning of that manifesto. So basically, you know, don't really be in it. Don't really be doing something for others just because others are doing it, you know, like the herd mentality. Like, and we can go back here. It's like literally the first bar talking about let our aim be a way of life, not diametrically opposed to, but better than that of the mob. Already talking about being different from others. Like, don't be everybody. Otherwise, we shall repel the alienate the very people whose reform we desire. So it talks about it's like when you get into like a fucking niche and you become like those people who are part of that niche, and you'll just kick out the people who, or you just won't fuck with the people who are in that same thing as you. Once you join the club, you said fuck everybody, fuck them, fuck that. They're out. Get these motherfuckers out of the fucking mix. Okay, now we're gonna go back. We're gonna continue to where we left off. We must watch that the means by which we hope to gain admiration do not earn ridicule and hostility. Our motto, as everyone knows it, to live in conformity with nature. It is quite contrary to nature to torture one's body, to reject simple standards of cleanliness, and make a point of being dirty, to adopt a diet that is not just plain, but hideous and revolting. We're going back. We must watch what the means by which we hope to gain admiration do not earn ridicule and hostility. So that's already one first fucking thing I'm kind of We must watch what the means by which we hope to gain admiration do not earn ridicule and hostility. Um, so how the way we to be admired shouldn't be through like being a fucking dick. Or I guess in the term hostility, what can that really mean? Hostility as in the term of being aggressive, or they only admire you because you're fucking evil. Like they admire how you are as a person for being so evil. And I feel like the ridicule one can force to love. You think we must watch the means by hoping to gain admiration, do not earn ridicule and forced. That's what hostility means. I feel like the ridicule, when we're talking about the ridicule here, it feels like, you know, a jester, like like not like the looks maxing term, but like an actual jester. Our motto, as everyone knows it, is to live in conformity with nature. It is quite contrary to nature to torture one's body. Wait. Our motto, as everyone knows, is to live in conformity with nature. It is quite contrary to nature to torture one's body. Our motto, as everyone knows it, is to live in conformity with nature. So to live in conformity in nature, conformity. To live in not ridicule, like humiliation. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Our motto, as everyone knows it, is to live in conformity with nature. It is quite contrary to nature to torture one's body, to reject simple standards of cleanliness and make a point of being dirty. Okay, wait up. Simple standards of cleanliness and make a point of being dirty. To adopt a diet that is not just plain but hideous and dirty to adopt. A diet that is not just plain but hideous and revolting. In the same way as a craving for dainties is a token of extravagant living, avoidance of familiar and inexpensive dishes betokens insanity. In the same way as a craving for dainties is a token of extravagant living, avoidance of familiar and inexpensive dishes betokens insanity. So that one was talking about the basically the or like just because something is extravagant, like you can crave something expensive, yeah, because it shows that you have the means to do so. But like the food on the inexpensive dishes, like B tokens and what the wait, I gotta look up the term B tokens. B tokens. B tokens definition. Does that mean like dethrone? To signify, symbolize, or give evidence of something. Familiar and inexpensive dishes betokens insanity. To symbolize or give evidence of something. Philosophy calls for simple living, not for doing penance, and the simple way of life need not be a crude one. The standard which I accept is this: one's life should be a compromise between the idea and the popular morality. People should admire our way of life, but they should at the same time find it understandable. I accept is this: one's life should be a compromise between the ideal and the popular morality. People should admire our way of life, but they should at the same time find it understandable. Does that, okay, what the fuck does that even mean? Wait, I'm gonna just go back to the sentence. The standard which I accept is this: one's life should be compromised between the ideal and the popular morality. So the ideal morality and the popular morality is a standard that we should keep a good balance of it. People should admire our way of life, but they should at the same time find it understandable. Does that mean we are to act just like other people? Is there to be no distinction between us and them? Most certainly there is. Any closer observer should be aware that we are different from the mob. Anyone entering our homes should admire us rather than our furnishings. Okay, that one is kind of true, and even me myself, like I really don't care about what you have in your house. I mean, if you have a big ass TV, like you got a big ass TV, like that's dope as fuck, but to really think of them less than or more than because they have something that I do not have, I personally believe is an incorrect way of living, in my opinion, when it comes to that this specific topic on page 10. Ooh, Keegan, do you want to hop on? Oh fuck, you don't have a computer, bro. Fuck, bro. I can't even ask you a fucking question. Mans that can treat his. Get a fucking computer, Keegan. Get a computer ASAP. No, Rocky. Man that can treat his earthenware as if it was silver, and a man who treats his silver as if it was earthenware is no less great. It is a great man that can. Okay, there's the full fucking sentence. It is a great man that can treat his earthware as if it was silver, and a man who treats his silver as if it were earthware is no less great. So a guy who finds like his clothes to be as valuable as silver is better than a man who thinks silver is the equivalent of his earthware, of his clothes. Finding wealth an intolerable burden is the mark of an unfinished mind. Oh, not unfinished. Of an finding wealth an intolerable burden is the mark of an unstable mind. But let me share with you as usual the day's small find. Which today is something that I notice in the Stoic writer Hikato. Limiting one's desires actually helps secure one of fear. Cease to hope, he says, and you will cease to fear. But how? You will ask, can things as diverse as these be linked? Well, the fact is, Lucilius, that they are bound up with one another, unconnected as they may seem, widely different, though they are the two of them march in unison like a prisoner. And the escort he is handcuffed to, fear keeps pace with hope. Nor does their so moving together surprise me. Both belong to a mind in suspense, to a mind in a state of anxiety. Though looking into the future, both are mainly due to projecting our thoughts far ahead of us instead of adapting ourselves to a present. Thus, it is that foresight the great blessing humanity has been given is transformed into a curse. Wild animals run from the dangers they actually see, and once they have escaped them, worry no more. We, however, are tormented alike by what is past and what is to come. A number of our blessings do us harm. A memory brings back the agony of fear, while foresight brings it on prematurely. No one confines his unhappiness to the present. Whoa. You know, we do have a lot of blessings. Like, because us as humans, we can think so much. Does it really do us any good? Uh, whoa, what the fuck? Wild animals, okay, wild animals, okay, let's just go back to where fear keeps peace with hope. Okay, wait. Limiting one's desire actually helps to cure one of fear. Cease of hope, he says. You will cease to fear. But how, you ask? Can things as diverse as these be linked? Yeah, because hope and fear don't really, when I think about it, I've never really put fear and hope hand in hand. I really thought of them as two different separate things, fear and hope, which is completely freaking different, right? I fear something. Oh, I'm terrified of it, but I hope. But apparently, hope can take away fear. I hope, not that I hope to get something, that's where I find myself in a materialistic mindset. I hope to get this, I hope to get that. It's not really, well, I guess like a positive affirmation can really be, I hope that my studies go well in this day to come. It's not really a selfish, it's not self, it's, no, it's, it, that is kind of selfish, but I feel like it's a little bit different in, to an extent, I believe. Hold up, y'all. Or I don't know what the fuck to play today. IDV or fucking Dead by Daylight. IDV or DVD. Oh no. What the fuck? Page should be here any minute now. So I guess we'll get Valorant open up. We're opening a Valorant, guys, for the first time in forever. Let's see if Sam wants to play. We're updating Valorant as we speak. Do I have a BRB screen? I think I do. And my BRB screen is fucking gone. Hmm. So will my armpits smell? Let's check. Where is I wanna 切ないの Yeah, we're switching all these hoes up to TikTok games. There we go. Let's hope that it switched. Yeah, we're gonna switch it to Valorant real quick, guys. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. And stream. There we go. We ended the YouTube one.